Good cause everybody, because here we'll continue on with a game called Never 7 the End of Infinity. Where were we? Load it up. Let me just lower the volume here. It's a little loud on my end. There you go. The wind is eerie still. Trees aren't swaying nor the birds chirping. It's as if time is frozen. The sun is covered by thick clouds, so the two of us don't even cast shadows. Where should we go? While we're walking, you can answer this. Where? I'll leave that to you. Well then, how about we go to Luna Beach for some breakfast? Yeah. No, but I guess you're calling it lunch instead of breakfast. It's that time already, huh? I mean, right? In contrast to the depressing weather, Yuka's as cheerful as always. Even though I have to talk to her about a very serious matter now, I feel reluctant to shatter the bright atmosphere she's created. Yet it's imperative that I ask her my question. I must wrap my carriage before addressing her. Say, Yuka. What? About the bell from yesterday. When I say that, Yuka's face suddenly goes dim. That. Jeez, she was so rude. The little girl called me a weirdo. I know what you did. Yesterday, you met up with that girl after that incident. The bell. You have it even now, right? That's not your business, right? It sure as hell is. I abruptly shout this. Come on, won't you tell me? Even now, you have that bell, right? Why are you so curious? Do you know about that bell? I'd like to ask you the same. Why do you know about that bell? What reason did you have that meant you had to go as far as trade that keychain you like so much to get it back? I'm sorry, I can't tell you that no matter what. Huh? I get it. But if I tell you the reason I know about the bell, will you tell me your reason? That's... I don't know. You... Both of us remain silent and keep walking through the woodland path. Before long, we arrive at the coastline. If we walk for 15 minutes more, we'll probably arrive at Luna Beach. I've got to get her to tell me what she knows before we get there, no matter what it takes. Now is not the time to be competing with her. I resolve myself and decide to confess everything. I give up. I'll tell you everything. We stop walking. When she hears those words, Yuka turns around. My case probably has nothing to do with whatever happened between you and the bell. But I want you to listen to everything I'm going to say from now on seriously. It's possible that you might not believe me. I'm pretty sure that you probably won't believe me. But it's all true. I'm not making any of this up. That's all I want you to know. Alright, let's start on the morning of the 1st. That's right, the morning where you burst into my room half asleep. Just right before that, I had a dream. It was a very hopeless dream. Yeah, that. What I said. Yeah, in that dream, someone died. It was Saturday, April 6th. I don't remember the exact time and location, and I don't know who that someone was either. But in that corpse's palm... Hold on. Hold on. Yuka first shakes her head, as if she's seriously disturbed. It couldn't be. It couldn't be that in that person's palm was a bell. Why does Yuka know? In a flash, shivers run down my spine. That's right, isn't it? Not even bothering to hide my disturbed appearance, I awkwardly nod. Why? Why now? Now, what do you mean now? What does that mean? Hey, Yuka. Yuka is silent. But I don't think she's trying to ignore me. Rather, she seems to be pondering something. She's desperately trying to look for an answer. It's written all over her face. All I could do is wait.
Makoto,
Yuka suddenly mutters this.
いい？Makoto,
Alright, Makoto.
落ち着いて聞いてね。
Will you remain calm and listen to me? I gulp.
誠が見た夢。実は私も同じ夢を見たの。
The dream you had, the truth is I also had the same dream.
それも誠と同じ日、1日の朝に。
It was also on the same day as you, the morning of the first.
でも正確に言うと、あれは夢じゃなくって。
But I have to put it accurately, that wasn't a dream. Hold on.
誠、お願い最後まで聞いて。
Please hear me out until the end. Upon her request, I bite my tongue, keeping my mouth shut.
あの朝見た夢の内容はよく覚えてないって、私そう言ったよね。
I don't remember the details of the dream I had that morning very well. I said something like that, right?
だけど、それは嘘だったの。本当はちゃんと覚えてた。
But that was a lie. The truth is I remembered it completely.
もちろん誠と同じように場所とか時間とかそういう細かいところまでは覚えてないんだけど。
Of course, like you, I don't remember even minor details like where and when it was. That's... I hadn't even thought of it until now. The hopeless dream Yuka said she had was the same as mine. Surprise doesn't even begin to describe how I feel. My mind goes completely blank and I'm being blinded by the bright light. Keep it down. Why didn't you tell me? These words that I faintly mutter sound as if they're not my own. God damn, that's a loud motorcycle outside.
ってそんなこと言えるわけないでしょ。誰かが死ぬ夢だったなんて。
How could I? Saying something is so dreary like I had a dream or someone died.
誠だって。だから誰にも言わなかったんじゃないの？
That's why even you didn't tell anyone about it, right?
それにあの朝、誠の部屋に行った時、誠は全然分かってないみたいだったし。
And on that morning when I went into your room, you didn't seem to know any of it.
だから私、その時は本当にただの夢だったんだって思ったの。絶望的な夢って言ったのは嘘じゃなかったんだよ。
Because of that, I really thought it was just a dream at that time. When I said it was a hopeless dream, I wasn't lying. I understand, yet I also don't quite comprehend. I shake my head trying to straighten my thoughts. It's important that I pay attention to every word Yuka says right now. This isn't the time to be spacing out.
でもね、ある時を境にして、あれはただの夢じゃないんじゃないかってまた思い始めるようになったの。
But you know, a few days later, I reached the point where I started to think that wasn't just a dream after all, was it? Again.
確か3日の4時ぐらいだったかな。
It was definitely about 4 something a.m. or p.m. on the 3rd.
くるみちゃんと2人で商店街に行った後、私たちは月浜を通ってロッジに帰ることにしたの。
After Kurumi and I went to the shopping district, we decided to walk through Moon Beach on our way back to the lodge.
その途中で、あれが、
On the way, I
あの鈴が落ちているのを見つけて。
found that bell lying on the ground. You found the bell on Moon Beach? Then you picked up that bell on Moon Beach before that girl ever did? Yuka nods with a serious expression.
私、怖くなっちゃって。だって、そっくりそのまま、同じ鈴だったんだもん。
I got scared because it was more than a splitting image. It was the same bell.
ちょうどその時、くるみちゃん、私の後ろでほどけた靴の紐を結び直してるところで。
Right at that time, Kurumi, who was behind me, stopped to retie her shoelaces.
だからすぐに投げたの。くるみちゃんが気づく前に、思いっきり海に向かって。
So before Kurumi noticed, I immediately threw it away. I hurled it towards the ocean with all my strength. And that was when you started to think it might not have been just a dream.
もちろん、それでもまだ半信半疑だったけど。
Of course, but even so, I'm still dubious. Geez, this is so screwed up. Everything's the exact same as with me. The bell I threw on the night of the first washed up on the beach. And on the afternoon on the third, Yuka picked it up and threw it into the ocean again. And then...
でもね、あの鈴は再び波に打ち寄せられて、浜辺に上がっちゃってたのよ。
But you know, that bell washed up on shore once again.
あの女の子はお月様の形をした砂浜で拾ったの。そう言ってたでしょ？
That girl, she said I picked it up on that sandy beach shaped like a crescent moon, right? Yeah.
私混乱しちゃって何が何だかさっぱりわからなかったけど。
I was completely confused and had no clue what was what.
だけど現実にあの女の子は夢で見た鈴を持ってる。それだけは疑いようもない事実だったから。
But the reality that that girl has the bell from my dream, that alone was an undeniable fact.
だから私昨日展望公園で誠と別れてからすぐにあの子を追いかけたの。
So that's why I left you at Viewpoint Park yesterday and immediately chased after that girl. And then you traded your cat keychain for it.
うん。
Yeah.
どうしてもほっとけなかったんだよ。
I couldn't leave it alone no matter what.
あの夢のこと 100% 信じてたわけじゃないし今でも信じたくなんかないけど。
It wasn't like I completely believed that dream, even now I still don't want to believe it.
でも理屈とかじゃなくて絶対にどんなことがあっても取り返さなきゃいけないんだってそう思ったから。
But I thought that even though I didn't have a reason, I had to get that bell back no matter what happened. Do you still have it? When I pressed her, Yuka gently shakes her head.
うん。
No. While muttering this in a small voice. Then what did you do to it?
捨てた。
I throw it away. Throw it away where?
海に。
In the ocean, even though it was proven that it can't be thrown away just as easily as that because it comes back bigger, stronger, faster than ever. You throw it into the ocean again?
だけど今度は絶対に浜に上がるようなことはないと思う。
But I'm pretty sure that this time it won't wash up at the beach again or something like that. How could you be so sure?
捨てた場所は展望公園だから。
Because I threw it away from Viewpoint Park.
あそこならどんな波が来たって打ち上げられることはないでしょ？
If it's there, no matter what waves come, it can't wash up again, right? You really threw it away?
うん。
And you saw the exact spot in the ocean where it sank, right?
見届けたよ。しっかりとこの目で。
I did with my very eyes. I saw it sink. Phew, then it's fine. I let out a sigh of relief. For now, the matter of the bell has been settled. Maybe I should just put it in a vault or something. Of course, I still have many questions left. The premonitions, the prophetic dream, and why did Yuka and I have the same dream at the same time? Maybe it's because you're reliving the same thing over and over again. However, wait, maybe that's the point, the end of infinity, because they're an infinite loop of this 5-day. It's like what the fuck was the anime again? The Melancholy of Haru Suzumiya Season 2, the Endless 8. This is more like Endless 5. However, now that the issue of the bell has been settled, those things aren't really an issue anymore. If that damn bell is gone, then it's possible. If the damn bell is gone, then it's impossible for things to turn out exactly the way they did in the dream. In other words, with the way things have turned out, all those things like my premonitions and the prophetic dream have lost all meaning. But is that really true? Can I really be so confident that everything's been resolved just like that? Something's unclear. There's definitely something bugging me in the corners of my heart. That something is possibly a slip of the tongue that Yuka might have made. And on that morning when I went into your room, you didn't seem to know any of it. Because of that, I really thought it was just a dream at that time. Just what could be bothering me? Why do I feel a strange sense of discomfort from those words? Spurred on by my impulses, I ask her. Say, Yuka, you're still hiding something from me, right?
ある。
Yes, I am. She answers as I expected. However, I didn't expect her to say it so nonchalantly.
でもね、まだ教えられないの。
But I can't tell you yet. Why?
確信が持てないんだよ。間違いなくそうだって断言することができないから。
Because I'm not confident about it. Because I don't know if I can declare that I'm not mistaken.
だからもうちょっとだけ待って。
So can you wait just a little longer?
あと少しで全ての謎が解けるような気がするの。
Just a little more and I'll feel like I've solved all the mysteries. Mysteries? But don't you think it would be more efficient if we teamed up and thought about it together to solve them? It'd go a lot quicker. Yuka doesn't answer. Her brow furrows as she ventures deeper in thought. Before long, she suddenly speaks.
4月6日土曜日
Saturday, April 6th.
つまり明日ね
In other words, tomorrow. Okay, after that, Yuka stubbornly refuses to talk. Even though we've arrived at Moon Beach, she doesn't even try to talk about anything. Yuka's probably so wrapped up in her thoughts right now that she won't pay attention to anything I would have to say. Typical.
いらっしゃい
Welcome. Izumi greets Yuka and I the moment she sees us. We give her a light bow.
昨日は本当にありがとね
I'm really grateful to you for yesterday. Izumi thinks that she's talking about what happened with Kurumi, of course. We smile in response to her gratitude. Yuka smiles very awkward, and then right after that,
ちょっとどうしたの二人とも
is something wrong, you two?
そんな神妙な顔しちゃって
You look strained. No, it's nothing.
さては喧嘩したな
You got into a fight, huh?
でも喧嘩したんだったら二人でお店になんか来たりしないか
But if the two of you are fighting, you shouldn't take it inside the shop. Izumi. Oh,
え
have curry.
えカレー
Curry?
カレーライスね
Oh, you mean curry with rice.
私も
Same.
オッケーじゃあ早速とびっきりのを作ってあげるから二人はテラスで待ってて
Well, then I'll get to it right away. Could the two of you please wait at the terrace? Izumi disappears into the kitchen looking quite puzzled. Once I finish my curry, I have 3 cups of coffee. Because I can't see where the sun is, my sense of time is vague. I remember my watch and look down at it. It's already been several hours since we came here. In that time, Yuka and I haven't exchanged a single word. Izumi instantly sensed our situation and graciously left us alone about it. And over there,
あ来てたんだ
you're here. Kurumi shows up.
どうしたの二人とも
What's wrong, you two?
そんな神妙な顔しちゃって
You two look strained.
ははんさては喧嘩したんでしょ
You got into a fight, huh?
でも喧嘩したんだったら二人でお店なんか来たりしないか
But if the two of you are fighting, you shouldn't take it inside the shop. Kurumi's holding a mug in her hand. It's filled with hot milk. I suddenly missed the noise of Yuka, who made that stupid joke about Kurumi and milk 3 days ago.
ねえ本当にどうしちゃったの
Hey, what's really wrong?
お兄ちゃんゆうかさん
No, it's nothing really.
なんでもないってことないでしょうこの深刻な雰囲気は
It's not nothing, is it? You two are so gloomy and serious.
何か重大な悩み事を抱えてるそうでしょ
Feels like you got some stressful worries, right? That's not it at all.
大丈夫くるみの口は超合金よりも硬いんだからね相談に乗ってあげるよ
It's alright, Kurumi's lips are sealed, so feel free to consult her about anything.
恋愛関係金銭トラブルそれとも人生とは何かなんて高尚な悩みかな
Love relations, money trouble, or is it an existential crisis? Feel free to talk about it, all kinds of major problems. Kurumi's being really nosy. She really is still a kid after all. Say, Kurumi, it's really not that big a deal. We've just gotten a bit melancholic because the weather's bad.
本当にそれだけ
Is that really it? Yeah.
絶対
For real? Yep.
だったらいいんだけど
Then it's fine. She doesn't seem to agree, but it seems I've deceived her for now.
あそうだ
Oh, that's right. Kurumi says this as if something has crossed her mind.
お兄ちゃんいいものあげよっか
Do you want something good? Something good?
ちょっと待っててね
Wait here a bit, okay? Kurumi leaves her seat with those words. I watch as Kurumi heads for the entrance, then turns and disappears up the stairs to the second floor. And at that time,
分かった
I've got it. Yuka suddenly exclaims this.
やっぱりそうだったんだよ
Playing around with words. That's it. Yuka is staring at the mug Kurumi left behind. What did you get?
誠、ついてきて。
Makoto, come with me. When she says that, Yuka suddenly jumps over the guardrail on the terrace. Can't you use the door like a normal person? Where are you going? The sudden turn of events has left me strange in the dark, even though it's light.
ついてきて。
It's fine, just shut up and come with me. Anyway, I guess I should follow Yuka now. Despite my initial protest, I follow Yuka's lead and jump from the terrace onto the sandy beach. After making sure that I've landed, Yuka turns around and starts running up the beach. I follow right after her. We climb up the banks and get on the road along the coastline. Yuka keeps running, and then we finally arrive at our destination. This is the Shikinomori Shrine. Why did Yuka come to this place? I wait for her to explain. Right now she's gripping her knees while trying to catch her breath. Before long she takes a deep breath, turns towards me and speaks.
誠、泉さんがこの神社について話した時のことを覚えてる？
Makoto, do you remember when Izumi told us the story about the shrine? Yep. You mean when she told us about the god of the demons, right?
そう。
That's
あの
right.
時泉さん、この神社では神隠しが起こるって言ったよね。
At that time, didn't Izumi mention spiriting away incidents occurring at this shrine? Yeah?
神隠し。人が忽然と姿を消すこと。
Spirited away, when a person suddenly disappears. Well, in the end, it was proven to be just a superstition. Yesterday, you, me, and Kurumi stepped inside the shrine. But as you saw, none of us disappeared to anywhere else.
だけどそれだけじゃ迷信に過ぎないってことの証明にはならないと思うよ。
I don't think that's enough proof to just put it off as a superstition quite yet.
泉さんは何もここに来たら必ず神隠しに会うなんて言ってないんだから。
Izumi never said that we would definitely be spirited away if we came here.
私はむしろ昨日この神社の中に入ったことで逆に神隠しのことを信じられるようになったよ。
In fact, stepping inside the shrine only convinced me that such spiriting away incidents just might be true. Huh? Why is that?
あの護符、鈴の裏に貼られたあの護符に何て書いてあったか覚えてない？
That talisman. Do you remember what was written on that talisman attached to the back of the bell? Yeah, it was the spring rain at the end of the cape, something something.
もう一番大事なとこ覚えてないんだから。
Geez, you can't remember the most important part. Important part?
春雨や岬の果てに鳴り響く鈴とともにや時は解かれん。
The spring rain at the end of the capes, together with the echoing bell, will free you from time.
その時は解かれんのところ。
It's the will free you from time part.
わからないこの意味。
You don't understand what it means by possessing the bell? It will break the infinite loop or something? Huh?
時の流れから解き放たれて別の時間へと飛ばされる。
To be set free from the flow of time and to be blown away to a different time.
つまりタイムスリップするって意味なのよ。
In other words, it means time travel only in anime. Time travel. What?
現実の時間の流れから忽然と姿を消すこと。それが泉さんの言ってた神隠しの正体だったってわけ。
To suddenly disappear from the flow of this reality's time, that's the true identity of the spiriting away Izumi was talking about. Are you being serious?
うん。
Yep. Hey, you brought me all the way here just so you could tell me this absurd story.
へっぽこ話なんかじゃないよ。もうちゃんと最後まで聞いて。
It's not an absurd story. Jesus, let me finish.
話はまだ終わってないんだから。
The story's not over yet. Overwhelmed by the authority in her voice, I shut up.
まあ信じられない気持ちもよくわかるけど。
When I don't blame me for being skeptical, I myself feel that way at times.
私だってこれだけだったら確信を持てなかったと思うもん。
It's just one piece of evidence after all. Even I don't feel confident about it.
これだけだったから確信を持てずにいたんだよ。
No, I didn't feel confident about it.
さっきまでずっと考え込んでたのはその決め手となる何かを探すためだったの。
Up until just a few minutes ago, I was at my wit's end trying to find out something that would become the deciding factor. Which means you found the deciding factor now? Yep.
誠、ちょっとあそこにある文字を読んでみてくれないかな。
Could you try reading that sign for me? Yuka points her finger towards the roof of the shrine. And hanging under the roof of the shrine is the large rectangular sign. I can't read Japanese, dude. Shikinamari, that's what's written on it. Shikinamari, what about it?
じゃあ今度は逆から読んでみて。
Could you try reading the characters backwards this time? Huh? Yuka, you said playing around with words just before we left the shop. This is another one of your stupid portmanteau jokes like Kuru Milk or Ishitakehara. Ishitakehara, is it?
いいから読んでみて。
It's fine, just try reading it. Shikinamari backwards is Mori no Kishi, right?
森は音読みだとなんて読む？
And how do you read Mori if you're using a Chinese reading? 2, I think?
死は訓読みだと？
Since the she characters is Chinese reading, how would you read that in Japanese? It's Sukasa, right?
それを通して読んだら？
And the key part is the same in both, so how would you read it now? Toki Sukasa, to roll time. To roll time?
やっと気づいたみたいね。
It seems you finally realized it.
この神社どう考えたって最近建てられたようには見えないでしょ？
Furthermore, does it look like the shrine could have been built recently no matter how you think about it, right?
もし仮に大昔に建てられたものだとしたら、右から左へと読むのが正確な読み方ってことになるよね。
And for argument's sake, if it was something built long ago, there would have been enough time period when the correct way to read text was from right to left, even though in the modern world, people still read from right to left, but sure.
だとすると、この神社の正式名称は四季の森神社じゃなくて、
If that's the case, then the shrine's formal name isn't the Shikinamari Shrine. It's the Tokisukasa Shrine, the time-ruling shrine.
そういうこと。
That's right.
要するに、時を司る神様を祀った神社だったんだよ、本当は。
In short, it's actually a shrine made to worship the god who rules over time. You mean Diaz from Mirai Nikki? Oh god, that anime is so terrible.
納得？
Do you agree? Agree? There's no way in hell I could do that.
まだ疑ってるんだ。
You're still doubtful? Isn't that obvious? What you're saying is just an abstract theory based on nothing more than circumstantial evidence. The shrine's true name is the time-ruling shrine. Even if I were to unwillingly give in to that point, so what? It means nothing. Will free you from time? How could you say there's a basis for time travel from something that was written on a talisman? Being spirited away was just a rumor. In the end, it was nothing more than a superstition, because this place is facing a precipitous cliff. It would be extremely dangerous if any kids were to play here. It's because of that reason that the superstition was created, to scare kids so that they wouldn't try coming here. See, every clear piece of evidence you have is insufficient. I can't agree with you if this is all the proof you've got.
誠、どうしてそんなにムキになってるの？
Why are you getting so angry? Huh?
本当は誠、気づいてるんじゃないの？
You've actually realized it yourself, haven't you? Realized it? What have I realized?
まあいいわ。証拠でしょ？証拠だったらちゃんとあるよ。
Well, that's fine. You want proof? I've got it.
証拠っていうより、証人だけどね。
Well, more like witnesses than proof. Witnesses? Where would such people?
ここにいる。
Right here. Huh?
ここにいる二人が証人よ。
There are two witnesses right here. What are you?
私たち、この神社でタイムスリップしたのよ。
We time traveled from the shrine.
今思えば、あの時気づかなかったのが不思議だけど。
Thinking about it now, it's strange that we didn't realize it at those times.
誠がルナビーチでお米がないって言った時、
Like the time at Luna Beach when you said there was no rice.
じゃなかったら、サキが溺れた後にでも。
Or if not, then the time Saki almost drowned.
私言ったでしょ？防波堤に着く前に嫌な予感がするって。
I said it right. Before we arrived at the pier, I said I had a bad feeling.
だけど私、鈴を拾うまでは夢のことなんかすっかり忘れちゃってたから。
But up until I picked up the bell, I had completely forgotten about the dream. Then those premonitions were...
そう。正確に言うと、予知じゃなくて。
That's right. To put it accurately, they weren't premonitions.
過去の記憶を思い出してたに過ぎないってこと。
They're nothing more than our recalled memories of the past.
私たちは未来を一度経験したことがあるんだと思う。
I think it's because we had experienced the future once before.
だから、先が溺れるってことや、お米が切れてるってことを頭の片隅で覚えてたんだよ。
So in the corners of our mind, we remember that Saki almost drowned and there was no rice. I remember Haruka falling onto Moon Beach, Izumi falling into the pool. The car's battery was dead. Our dinner on the 3rd would be curry. I remembered all of it. Is that it? Is that really it? For argument's sake, if it really is true, then I feel a chill suddenly spread from the back of my neck. My forehead is damp with unpleasant sweat. I don't want to think any further from that point.
あの日、4月6日土曜日に私たちは解き放たれた。5日前の世界へと。
On that day, Saturday, April 6th, we were sent to the world of 5 days ago.
そして、もしもこの仮説が正しいとすれば、こういうこともできるかもしれない。
If this hypothesis is right, then what I'm about to say might also be possible.
明日、4月6日土曜日に私たちは解き放たれる。5日前の世界へと。
Tomorrow, on Saturday, April 6th, we will be sent to the world of 5 days ago. That dream. In other words, that dream is the past we experienced and at the same time might be the future that we'll experience. Is that right? Yuka slowly nods. That can't be. It's impossible. It's definitely impossible. I instantly mutter these words of protest despite the logic. I don't want to accept it. This can't be possible.
そうだよね。
Yeah, that's
そう思
right.
うのは当然のことだよ。
It's only natural to think that way.
冷静に考えれば、こんなバカバカしい話、信じろっていう方がどうかしてると思う。
When I think about it calmly, I realize that telling you to believe this absurd story is just nuts.
すべてはただの妄想で、私の頭がおかしくなってるだけかもしれない。
I might have just gone insane and everything's a mere delusion of mine.
だけど、もしこれが真実だったとしたら。
But in case this is reality, then the two of us suddenly stare at each other's eyes. Here, hers are hiding an uncorrupted pure light. That bold look causes my heart to mercilessly tighten up. Acceptance and denial, a violent battle between these two is going on in my mind.
だからお願い。これだけは誓ってほしいの。
So please, I want you to swear just one thing.
今後一切、この神社には近寄らないって。
After this, with no exceptions, don't approach the shrine.
もちろん、私ももう二度とここには来ないから。
Of course, I'll never come here again as well.
二人がこの神社にやってきたりさえしなければ、きっとあの夢が現実になることはないと思うの。
If the two of us never come back to this shrine, I'm sure that dream won't become reality. Will that really be enough to change history?
私の言ってること、本当かどうかなんてわからない。
I don't know if what I'm saying is true or not.
でも、用心するに越したことはないんだし。
But it's better safe than sorry. You're saying we should let sleeping dogs lie?
誓ってくれる？
Will you swear it? I then answer. I understand, I swear it. It's not like I'm admitting this is all true, but on the other hand, I also can't dismiss everything as fantasy. In the end, we can't be sure if anything will happen or not until tomorrow. As a precaution, I've decided to play it safe. I won't ever return to the shrine. I don't have a reason not to take this seriously.
ありがとう。
Thanks. A faint smile forms on Yuka's face. She hasn't smiled like that for a while. See, that precious smile feels like finding a treasure that's been hidden away for hundreds of years. She's a girl who should be smiling all the time. We descend the long staircase without turning around once. The wind is just as still as it was earlier, but the air right now is damp to the point that it's chilling the core of my body. Perhaps it's because of the chill that Yuka suddenly wraps her arm around mine. Yuka's body heat warms my frozen heart, thawing it. I wouldn't mind if this long staircase continued for eternity. Before I knew it, This thought has crossed my mind. We return to the lodge, meet up with Okuhiko and Haruka, and quickly eat dinner. Taking into consideration that we're not in the best of moods, Haruka decided to cook it for us. Unfortunately, I don't remember how it tasted. To me, it took everything I could muster just to force the food down to my stomach. I can't even find myself to be able to sit around with others in the living room after dinner and chat due to my inflexible mind. When Yuka and I thanked Haruka, we immediately secluded ourselves in our rooms. In that time, I lie on top of my bed and stare at the ceiling. And then what? On a whim, I look at my watch. In just an hour, the date on my watch will change from 5 to 6. 1 hour feels like such a short time. Yet it also feels like it's incredibly far away. No, it might be more accurate that the far away I'm thinking of is 25 hours from now. If I sleep now, it might be the 7th when I wake up. I impatiently await for that miracle from that bottom of my heart. But the time heartlessly ticks away just 1 second at a time. It's as if it's ridiculing me. I glance at the ceiling again. As I absently stare at the ceiling, I go over the story Yuka told me one more time. Time travel. I have to edit here because I have to prepare for work, goddammit. So it would be nice if I was a full-time Let's Player, but that's impossible. So yeah, this is Never 7, the end of Infinity. If you want to try the game for yourself, the links are in the description. That is all for today. Stay safe and take care of yourselves.